What's going on, everybody? Joe here today, and I will try to make this as quick as possible, but I can't make any guarantees. This has a lot of content to cover. This video today will be a semi-twist on the top panty droppers, and also being incorporated into this is safe first date scents. Ariana's dad, 09. This one's for you. You want to know some really panty dropper compliment getter fragrances. Yesterday I saw a video from StarFox82. Check out the channel. I'll post links down below to both guys. But pretty much I saw Star Fox's video, and pretty much he was talking about how he went and he wore Lamar to this first date, and it ended up reminding the girl of a boyfriend. And I'm not going to spoil everything, but pretty much you know how this is. So this list is not necessarily just the panty droppers, and this isn't just necessarily the first date scents. This kind of fits a particular mode within my own collection. Some suggestions for everybody watching. First, let me get out the way the ones that will not be on this list, starting with this guy. Lamar. Even though this is the Flask edition, it comes in a blue body, same kind of blue as this stripe panel right here. So try to avoid this on most first date occasions, just because chances are, again, you're going to be smelling like that ex. Dior Homme Intense. I would not necessarily recommend this on a first date because girls tend to think this is a little too feminine. It's not necessarily, I mean, some people can pull it off with confidence, but I know I would every now and then. But if I had to make a suggestion, I have way better other things that I could wear on a first date other than Dior Homme Intense, and it just sometimes gives the wrong impression on a majority of women that now if they got to know you, that's something different, but first date, probably not. Amen from Terry Mugler. This has that harsh tar opening. Personally, I don't mind it, but again, a lot of women don't. La Nuit de l'Homme, only because, well, chances are it's not as big as a Lamar, but at this point, enough people know about it, and you kind of want to distance yourself from what, you'll definitely not be the only person in the room wearing this. Same could be had with 1 Million. Pretty much, yeah. Treat 1 Million like Lamar, just a different scent. Now that that's out of the way, we can move on to my 3 categories. My 3 categories will pretty much be the niche category, the designer category, and the kind of underrated versions of both niche and designer, pretty much like the honorable mentions, if you will. So let's go ahead and start those now. Up first we have Chad, White Spirit Bear. Thanks, bro, for putting me on this scent. Perry Ellis M. Kind of like an Allure Homme, more cinnamony. Really, actually is pretty good, and it could be had for a really reasonable price, like 20 bucks from, I believe, the 3.4 ounce. Good stuff. Definitely, if you are trying to search a bargain bin, check this one out. For niche, this one is on the cheaper side of the niche as far as pricing goes. It is Hungry Hungry Hippies from Smellbent. Go to their website. I know Christo, definitely, he's praised this line a lot. I personally like this scent and a few other ones from Smellbent. This one to me is really one of their better, if not best. And it is good stuff. I'll put a link to Crystal and Chad's. It's a lot of people on this that are getting shout outs. Yeah, so you're gonna get like a brownie patchouli kind of vibe. It says it has like, it's supposed to invoke pretty much a weed brownie or a pot brownie. I kind of get that. It's not too strong on the cannabis, but it is kind of detectable amongst, you know, when you smell around the patchouli. So, Intimately Beckham from David Beckham. This one is another bargain bin one. Kind of like a poor man's loud and weak alone, if you will. It is powdery. It pretty much has like a similar vibe, powdery, kind of sweet, but just doesn't last as long. So I could probably recommend this one, and it smells a little different from loud and weak also. Good scent, just does not last long, so maybe something quick, you know, like a quick movie date, or, you know, going, grabbing something to eat, could wear something like this. For those who want to purchase Silver Mountain Water without the Silver Mountain Water price tag and receive better projection than Silver Mountain Water or performance in general, Sun Java White. I mean, really, this is a very good mimic of the blueprint for Silver Mountain Water. $20 on Amazon. It's a 2.5 ounce, so it's 75 ml or somewhere around that range of a size. It's not 100 ml. So, good scent, good price, long lasting, citrusy, fresh, you know, good stuff. Finally, this one too is a little bit pricier than the Smell Bent, but is still very good priced for a niche scent. You will smell unique, you will smell good, and this really, wow. From the House of Imaginary Authors, Memoirs of a Trespasser. Smoky Wood Vanilla. It's a vanilla scent, dry vanilla, not too sweet, and you get a lot of like smoky wood. Good stuff, real good stuff, very sexy juice. Dan My Makers calls this the Sticky Bandits. Gotta agree. Memoirs of a Trespasser from Imaginary Authors, rounding off this list. Now we've crossed into the epic battle of designer versus niche. And so the real battle begins. Up first, Michael Kors for Men. Really just a kind of plummy, fruity, citrusy, well, not citrusy, well, kind of citrusy. But this one really has like tobacco and kind of earthy, very slightly earthy. Just really has fruity stuff going on with it. Kind of woody, kind of tobacco-y. Good stuff. You can find this maybe at a bargain bin. Could definitely find it on Amazon. Check it out. Check out Michael Kors store. I'm sure they would have it. Personal recommendation for me is John Varvatos Vintage, especially if you're like a 25 to 30 year old, maybe going on a first date with a girl. This is a perfect situational one-time first date fragrance. If you're maybe going out for a few hours of bowling, you know, something where like chances are she'll lean up close to you, wear this. That's what I'm gonna say. Here you're gonna get rhubarb, you're gonna get, you know, your tobacco, your spice, cinnamon, you're gonna get your earthy tones. This has a lot going for it, except it just cannot last long enough. Very, very good stuff, especially again for the older crowd, the 25 plus, first date, this will be awesome. John Barbados vintage. I know I brought out a lot of like woody, spicy scents, and I haven't really, with the exception of Sun Java White, given my share of, you know, any real fresh fragrances. For the people who really like those fresher scents, Michael Kors is one option. It's kind of fresh, spicy kind of vibe. But this, for the pure fresh citrus lovers, Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme / Allure Homme. This one has a little bit more tonka because my personal preference is tonka. But for those who like Allure Homme Sport, you know, that's pretty much, they pretty much are the same scent, just this one has more tonka. Citrusy, kind of mint note going on with it, aldehydes, good stuff. My number one compliment getter, period, in my collection is this. And this really is a great safe scent for a first date. This one you're not going to find in almost most, if any, store. You kind of got to go online, or, you know, just know somebody who has the scent. Pure Malt from Amen. / Pure Havana, but I don't own Pure Havana, but I have smelled it. I just prefer this for the boozy vibe. You know, Scotch is my signature drink, so I'm gonna go with what I favor. Here you're gonna get that kind of malt opening. It's different from Amen because Amen had that harsh opening. This has a softer, smoother opening. Pretty much the same dry down, really, with like a kind of caramelly, brownie, chocolate kind of vibe. Good stuff though. Vanilla in it. Good first date scent. Finally, this one is a little bit more seductive. A little bit safer than DHI. Still the same vibe. Code U from Armani. Code Ultimate. You're going to get a kind of powdery vibe. So I will say that if you don't like powdery scents, or you know for a fact your date doesn't like powdery scents, then probably not. But for the most part, this is pretty safe. It's gotten me a lot of compliments. A lot of women like it. It's more so for the older crowd again, but I've noticed like the 25 and up lean more for this and compliment me more on this. But either way, this is good juice. Don't know why it doesn't get its praise. It's due, but here it will. Code U, just like John Barbados will. JVV and Code U, always solid scents in my opinion. Whew. Finally, the last section, the niche. I'm knocking this one out the way first because I don't have a bottle of it. I should. Probably will. But right now, don't. Intense Cafe from Montal. It's pretty safe scent because it has the vanilla coffee thing going with it. Slight rose just to add an extra alluring sexiness to the scent. But overall, good stuff. Will last throughout the duration of the date. Trust me. Yeah, gotten compliments. Other people have gotten compliments. This is a pretty good one for a first date, in my opinion. You had to know I was going to plug this scent in at some point because, well, I don't have the designer version in which this is being compared to. And the designer one is pretty up there. If I would have had the bottle. I know for other people they really lean towards this on a date. So I went with the niche side of it. $18.99 Ernest Hemingway. People say this is like a spice bomb. Personally, I don't think so. I think it has more depth. I don't think it's as sweet. It's almost pretty much like two people with like similar features. Like if two people both had like black beards and were the same height and same skin complexion. That's it. But otherwise, everything else about them is different. It's really just the fact that they both have a beard that essentially makes them the same. So with this and Spice Bomb, they both have that cinnamon note, that prominent cinnamon note, which is why people say, oh, this is Spice Bomb. No. Histoire des Parfums, $18.99. If you smell Spice Bomb, you could kind of get the vibe of this, but it's two totally different scents in my opinion. From Nasamato, on a first date, you want to have fun. You want to actually show the person you are not a zombie, you are not a corpse, you are not a mute. Have some hysteria, why don't you? Absinthe from Nasamato. Dry sweetness. It kind of just gives off a slight sweet accord because I get vanilla, like a dry vanilla. You're gonna get green kind of vibes, very spicy. Everybody's skin is different. Everybody has different performance with this. But this is definitely a great first date scent. Will last you long enough, even though it doesn't last as long as the other Nasamatos. This will get you through your first date with ease. Absinthe from Nasamato. Okay. Let's call a spade here. I don't like this scent. As far as, you know, the pedestal, and you probably already know which one it is. But it gets compliments. It is pretty safe on a date. First date. Aventus. I mean, everybody says this is the greatest cologne made by gods and, you know, everybody else, and, you know, yeah. It's good. But at this point, really, it's really starting to really be put on too high of a commercial pedestal for me that I really don't even lean towards this much anymore, if at all. Just because, I mean, even people in Atlanta are starting to know about this. Great. And finally, you cannot say romance without this scent. Me, in my personal opinion, my favorite from my collection. You had to know it was going to be in here. In my opinion, this is a pretty safe enough fragrance that you could wear it on a first date. I would give it to you actually as my first option for a first date if it was anything that wasn't like putt-putt or, you know, something really playful, bowling or something. If it was like dinner and something else, getting real kind of close to each other, I definitely would say Back to Black from By Killian. Tobacco, super uber honey, raspberry, kind of powdery vibe. Its name is Aphrodisiac for a reason, and if it wasn't on this list at all, then yeah. Pretty much, again, this list was meant to be a combination of what has gotten me compliments with my experiences the most, and from that same category, what would be deemed as safe first date scents that will separate you from the Lamals. Or the 1 millions. Or the La Nuits. So I hope this video helps you. I pretty much made sure I covered bases for everybody. Try to fit everybody's type of budget. A little bit of something for everybody. If you like what you see, like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know what your scent of the day is. Because mine is going to be Pure Malt from Terry Mugler. So, share any thoughts and opinions. Like, comment, and subscribe. My name's Joe. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all later. Oversprayers.